Here's a Sparton 5-tube AA5 radio from 1947-1948 time frame. It's got your normal octal tube layout. It's in quite good shape and looks pretty nice. I noticed there's a I guess that's a knob cover or something that's broke off. It looks like maybe somebody tried to push the knob on a little too far and either broke it out or something like that. But other than that, it's in pretty good shape. There are no cracks. And this is the model 101. Carries a 12 SA7 oscillator and 12 S87 IF and 12 SQ7 first audio, and it looks like either a 35Z4 or 35Z5 rectifier tube along with your 50L6 audio output tube. The set does work. But when you're tuning it, the dial controls are a little stiff. So turn the light off to get rid of that interference. But we could tune it where there's no station, and if you can hear that, it does have a hum to it. Slight filter capacitor hum, so that'll need to be replaced. And I think a good going through and checking all the resistors and replacing all the paper caps in it would be a good thing, and go through and oil up the controls.
How on earth does that happen?
But it does receive pretty good and sounds okay. So let's pull it apart and see what we got inside of it. And here's the chassis. It's normal mid to late 40s 5-tube chassis. One thing that I was noticing about this set is that it has only one IF. So you have your oscillator and your ABC tube. Then you have your 12 S87, which is your IF stage. And then that goes over into the 12 SQ7, which is your detector and first audio tube. Then that goes over into the 50L6 audio output tube, which amplifies it in its final stage and outputs it to the speaker. And of course everything is ran by the 35Z5 rectifier tube. And here's the underside of the chassis. And the first thing I notice here is somebody has replaced the filter capacitors in here somewhat recently. They put in a looks like a fairly decent set of Rubicon capacitors in here, but they failed to replace any of these paper capacitors, which could be causing a hum. Someone has replaced sometime in the past this capacitor here in the audio circuit, and looks like could possibly be a much older replacement down here at the bottom. Looks like that could be the across the line cap, which will need to go. But all in all, it don't look too bad in here. But, not sure if these capacitors could be causing the hum or not, but we'll probably need to check that. But this capacitor here looks like it's sweating and leaking electrolyte, which could be the reason why we've got all this crustation and everything. So anyway, I think we'll begin performing some ohms checks and see what's going on with these resistors in here and see if they've gone up in value. And I think other than that, we'll just need to replace a few of these paper caps. Okay, we have all of our capacitors replaced, and I went through and checked the resistors, and all of them seemed okay. I can't tell whether I broke this one or not, but it was a 150 ohm resistor that's across the bottom of that 50L6 output tube, and I think I might have broken that when I was moving this cap around here to replace it, trying to get a good angle on it. I might have twisted that and broke it, so anyway I had to end up replacing that one. But otherwise, I went ahead and opted to replace the filter capacitors on it. But I don't think that the filter capacitors were bad to begin with. I did measure them, and they measured within spec about 51 microfarad, and it's a 47. But I kept getting that humming noise, and even with these new filter capacitors in it, I'm still getting a slight hum. It's not as bad as it was, but it's still there, so I don't think that was the main problem. Some of these old radios just have hums in them. It could come from possibility of maybe a short in one of the tubes, a real minor short or something like that. I'm not real sure, but I believe I'm gonna move on to checking the tubes now, and I think I'll break out the tube tester here and we'll check these tubes and see what's going on with them. And checking the 12 SA7 oscillator tube. I got this tube tester, this handy little tube tester, a couple of months ago. I don't think I've done a video with it yet. And anyway, so looks good. It's about 80. Good and strong. And checking the 12 SH7, which is our IF tube. Reading about 55%. It's okay, but a little on the weakish good side. And checking our 12 SQ7. This is our detector and first audio tube. Well, 68, not too bad. Alright, checking the 50C5 50L6 audio output tube. Yeah, this one's a little on the weak side. Just a little above 50%, about 55. So I believe we probably can find something a little stronger than this one here. I'll just keep this one as a backup or something. Well, this one tests good, but it's got a damn short in it, so I guess we're gonna have to find something else. Alright, this one doesn't have a short, and it reads good, about 72%, about 72%. Not bad at all. We'll go with this one. And this rectifier looks good. It's about 70. And no signs of any shorts, so I think we're good to go. Okay, just to recap, here's our pile of old parts here. We've got several 0.05 at 200 and some at 400 volts, and we have 0.2, and then we have this broken resistor here, a 0.002 at 200 volts, and the old pyramid 0.001 at 600, and our filter capacitors here, which I don't think are anything wrong with. I think those are still good, and I'll probably keep these for another project. These are Rubicon 47 microfarad at 160 volts. So with that being said, let's see. Well, let's turn it on and see if it works. See, we still have our hum. Still have our hum there, but I guess it's at a tolerable level. I don't know.
We're not talking about the group that sends
What's ailing it there?
I don't even know how to go in the woods and not get lost. I think. Sounds good.
Turn the light off so it don't interfere.
Your friends go.
Well, an article came out, and one of the people that they relied on was people from the West Point Counterterrorism Center to make.
Not a lot of DX coming in yet, so.
People overseas. This is the CAIR group.
On American Islamic Relations, that's correct.
And do you think CAIR should...
Sounds like WPTF out of Raleigh trying to come in.
Yes, ma'am. And I went in, my parents say I never meet a stranger.
Can hold the antenna back there and things come in a little better.
I convey to you from the show comes from michaelsavage.com, so you're definitely going to want to check it out. And I'm telling you, folks, I know I say it a lot.
Mi teléfono es 530-80.
The Islamic State had grown so... wow. It's amazing to me, Patrick and Steve.
Alright, here's my 1947-48 Sparton Model 101 playing again. Hopefully it'll keep on going for a long time to come.
The CVE
Thanks for watching.
took us away from doing actual counterterrorism.